And world leaders are meeting at the UN headquarters in Gigiri, Nairobi to discuss modalities to combat plastic pollution, which is fast becoming a menace into the environment. The assembly is part of a series of meetings that are geared towards formulating regulations that will form a treaty on plastic handling in the world. President William Ruto has called for concerted efforts and the elimination of barriers in the funding of efforts towards climate conservation. Henry Tende with more.
The assembly, which was opened today in Gigiri, Nairobi, has brought together several heads of state under the UN umbrella and other world leaders to critically analyze the effects of plastic waste on the environment and human and animal life.
This is a real problem. Plastic fills our waterways, plastic goes into our oceans, we have plastic in our bodies, and it is not, as we heard from Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus in his speech, this impacts our health. So therefore, we need to find the solutions, and the solutions are entirely doable.
Speaking at the assembly, President William Ruto has called for unrivaled multilateral engagement and concerted efforts in the fight against plastic pollution in the world.
Given the magnitude and the urgency of the existential crisis that humanity and life on our planet is grappling with, only collective action at the multilateral level that is effective, inclusive, and sustainable will enable international community to tackle climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution.
President Ruto has insisted that obstacles and favoritism in the global funding of climate mitigation efforts ought to be eliminated for the war on degradation to gain meaningful outcome.
Climate change is no longer to be seen as an abstract concern residing in distant future, but a real and present danger that requires urgent collective action from all of us.
Henry Tende, Look Up TV.
Now, for the first time, Mombasa Port has gone down in history